Hello there and welcome to my Corvette tour. So, this is the Wings of Freedom Mark II. Now, she is a smaller starship because I don't like to run from the cockpit through a massive ship and then just have to get out through that way. So I've made it quite small. Now, when you make a small starship, she basically can be quite hard to decorate. So I think I've done a decent enough job. But yeah, she's the Mark II because we have a Mark I, which was my first. It was my experimental Corvette. I can show you her if you like in another video, if you want a Mark I tour, but she's not very decorated and she's a bit more... She's like the same, but she's not. Anyway, so we do have the little wings here, hence the name Wings of Freedom. And she's got the Mark II branding, she's got a thruster here to keep her airborne. And then she's got the torpedo and cannons on the side here. This is how she looks from the front. She's got the generator on top there and all that kind of lovely stuff to keep her powered up. If we land on here, you can see she's got some blue lights on here just to add some highlights to her. Although I do kind of need to rearrange that one there. That has been bugging me for some time, that one. There we go. That's corrected. Moving on to the side view. I've got these windows here primarily because of the spotlights on them. I feel like the spotlights had a really nice aesthetic as they blare into space like that. And then on the booty here, she has got some big boy thrusters powering her up. These basically keep her going through space at the required speed to outpace the Sentinel police force that seems to be governing the space around us. And then we've got the shield relays underneath, and down here we've got some more blue highlights around the shield generators. Thanks for that. And then underneath here we've got some more blue lights to add a bit of highlights to the shield generators. So that's how she looks from the outside. What do you think? We're going to take a look at the inside now. That's the meat and potatoes of the ship after all. As we head in, we have the loading bay here where we just have general storage. We've got some junk here that we've been hoarding. We could do with selling that stuff, to be fair. And some fuel canisters and whatnot. We'll just close that up. We don't want no space debris falling inside the ship. Moving on in, we have the mission room. This is where the planning happens, so to speak. We have the mission computer over there. We've got a little table here with all the bits and bobs on here for when we're actually assigning stuff to do, and a little refiner just to refine things on the go if we need to, and then the cockpit is just there as well. This room I feel like is pretty set. I might add a few more things in here, but we'll see. If you go left from mission room, you end up in the lounge area. We have a electric cube in the corner just doing its business. It's currently being studied. It's an anomaly in space. We don't really know why it's here. Well, we managed to get it on board and now we're looking into it. Over to the left here, we have the main part of the lounge. We have a bar here that serves an assortment of space food and wines. And then we have the kitchen here to cook, prep and feed people, you know, that kind of stuff. Nutrient people, all that kind of lovely business. And then we've got the seating area, and you can see the view outside. And then we have the menu on the back. We are out of space juice, unfortunately. It is our biggest selling drink on board the Mark II. But we have plenty of other drinks like vodka, ale, all that kind of stuff on tap. As you can see, there's a ladder here trying to fall down and break your neck, but as we go down here, we end up in the bio room. This is where we study plant life and all that kind of business. And that is the water supply floating through the ship. That keeps the plants hydrated, it keeps all the engine going, all that kind of business. Anything that it can do, it will do. It flows through the entire system. As you can see here, we've also got some air purifiers. And we found an ancient relic the other day. Its origin is unknown as well. We're currently studying this. And some plants here as well. We found these from a planet called Earth but Sus. So we're currently set up base on there, and that is where the plants are from. And then over here we have some more plant life that we found from different journeys. Seems like there's a bit of a failure on the casing unit and it is outgrowing. That is a problem. And then our standing planter seems to be having trouble growing as well, so that will need repairing. And then we've got the table here just to perform certain things and whatnot. Looks like everything's growing nicely though. Heading back up through the lounge, back into the mission room. Them ladders really need to be like, we need better ladders. If you head right, you end up in my quarters, my crew quarters. There's one bed here. I don't really have any guests on board just yet, so there's no need for more beds yet, but there's a perfectly good lounge over there if people want to sleep in there as well. And And then we have my weapons of choice here with my desk for studying and a nice view for when I do study. If you wanted to know how to place the rug down in the this Thunderbird corridor thing, then basically what you do is you place a canvas down on the floor, shrink it down, and then place that on top of the canvas, and it'll look like that. So it technically is floating, but you wouldn't notice it unless you did, look for it. And then the water in the background flowing through the ship. There is another ladder here, just like there is over there. Everything is parallel in this ship, so everything is evenly spread out. Heading down here, we have our bot fixer-upper. Basically, I had two bots, Jeff and Jack. Now, Jack was cleaning the roof of the Wings of Freedom Mark II, and unfortunately, I know, unfortunately, they fell off. We got hit by an asteroid, and I think they got taken with the asteroid. So if you see Jack out there, let him know that we need him back. His duties, they can't all be fulfilled by Jeff. Jeff is on charge currently because they're so overworked. So we need our cleaner back. Under the stairs there is the media room and a stasis chamber in case you don't like the time zone that you are in. Say you're in the 90s and you're not really enjoying Britney Spears, you can fast forward and jump into the 2010s and listen to, I don't know, Rihanna. She was popular around that time, weren't she? And if you want to get patched up, you can get patched up in here as well. Turning around, there's just some storage on the left here. Nice little view at the back of the ship. You can see the shield relay just spinning out there. Heading into the middle room here. This is the engine room. As you can see, we've got more water flowing through. And this is where the meat and the potatoes of the ship is carried out. So we've got the air purifier because it can get very humid in these kind of rooms if you don't air purify them. We've got the server just here. This has got all the electronics for ridding the ship, all the data, all the information, all stored in here. Very nice, tucked away and safe. Then we have the fuel canisters here, and they are currently running very, very well. Then we have the control panel for the ship. This is where we need to just be looking at if there's anything going wrong. So we've got some levels though, space juice is currently low, and then there's some other bits and bobs here. I mean, some of this information, it's just wear and tear, so don't worry too much about it. But if we need to fix anything, it's all here. So, what do you think of the Wings of Freedom Mark II? She's a quite cosy little ship, ain't she? I think I might do a little bit more work to her on the inside, but I think she's looking pretty good. And like I said, if you want to see the Mark I, just let me know in the comments below. We'll jump into the Mark II seats, and I'll show you what she looks like flying around. So, this is what she's like. As you can see, she's got some real nice blue highlights. I have debated taking the big boy thrusters off the back, but I don't know, I might leave them on. They give her that extra little bit of a kick, so it's not all bad. And if you liked this video, please drop a like, subscribe. I make gaming content. I sometimes talk about other things as well that matter. And let me know, are you a fan of Corvettes in a smaller style sense like this, or do you prefer the massive ones? Because if you go to the Anomaly, you do see some massive Corvettes. However, if you go on the inside of them, they're very empty. It's a bit of a letdown, to be fair. So, I'm definitely a fan of the small ones. But that has been it from me. I will catch you later. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.